All right. Peer support. Go ahead.
So,
All right.
as I briefly touched on earlier, was that at Simply we do have a PUD system. So what that means is we do have a senior developer that is in the shoes of a PUD leader. The PUD leader's responsibility will be the technical resource in case that someone that is part of their PUD system needs help or anything like that.
Okay, so the developers at Simply PHP are split into several pods,
Yeah.
we call them. How many developers are in each pod?
3 to 4 maximum. Sometimes they
4.
get a little busy. Sometimes we have 5, but we try not to get to that. But usually, on average, it's 3 to 4.
Okay, so the Center of Excellence peer support is related to the individual pods. So if we have 53 developers, it's true, it's hard to have such a big group. So they're split into smaller groups
Yeah.
from 3 to 5 developers.
Yeah.
And each one of those pods has a senior, call them pod leader.
Yeah.
All right. That's awesome. That's great peer support.
Yeah, it is great peer support. And also, that's kind of where we're going to have, in some cases, we're going to have, for example, 2 developers that are on the same project, that are part of this PUD system, and they can share what's going on the project with their other PUD members. If they run into some type of issues, they can, they have their PUD system to reach out to in case of technical problems, or like if they're facing like a
Right.
very intricate issue, well, they can brainstorm with their PUD system.
Okay, so if I'm a developer with Simply PHP and I'm in Alberta,
Yeah,
right? And I'm stuck.
yeah,
Does this means that I could reach out to my pod
Yeah.
and say, "Hey, everybody, good morning. I have this issue. I'm stuck on this issue. And by the way, I'm asking you, but I see it every day. They say, "Hey, I have this issue. Has anyone ever had this problem before?"
yeah,
All right. And so other people in the pod could say, "Yeah, I've had that problem before. Did you try this?"
yeah,
That's actually an example I saw this morning with, I won't mention any names, but that's how it got sorted out. They said, "Oh,
Yeah.
I'm stuck on this problem. Has anyone had this issue?"
yeah,
And the reply was, "Did you try blah, blah, blah?" And I was like, "Yeah." And someone could spend literally hours and days and weeks on a problem like that.
yeah.
But if they have the proper peer support, as per the Center of Excellence, then it could be solved in a matter of minutes.
Yeah, that's right. And additionally, on top of that peer support, we do have not only we have the PUD system, but we do have, I think it goes even further into our development Slack channel.
Okay, so if no one in the pod, and that's a good point because the pods could be 3 to 5 developers. That's not
Yeah.
a whole lot.
Yeah.
So if no one in the pod has any examples, then they go to the second line of defense, which is the entire group of developers on that Slack channel called development channel or something,
Yeah,
right?
that's the army. So that's
The army.
So if no one, from your PUD system can help you out, sometimes it's just easier also to just drop your question into the development channel.
Okay.
So if you're facing an issue that, you've been stuck on for 30 minutes and you just really need some help, you can reach out to the army of developers, drop your question there, and I tell you, within 5 minutes, you're going to have at least like 6, 7, 8, up to 10, depending of the issue that you're having, because everyone has their own specialty. But usually you get a very high volume of response from the other developers. So yeah, collaboration is definitely a big thing within the company, and peer support is something that we do encourage a lot at Simply
Nice.
as part of our core of excellence.
Center of Excellence.
See?
Now, when you say collaboration
Yeah.
in that developer channel, and when someone asks a question, they immediately get flooded with, suggestions, responses.
Yeah.
Do you think that it's also a little bit of competition? Like, do you feel good if you're one of the first couple people to come up with a suggestion or a response and it actually works?
I don't know if it's competition. I think for some of them it is, but I think that everyone is extremely happy if they
Yeah.
can bring value and help the developer that is stuck to
Nice.
find a solution. I think it does bring a lot of, not pride, but a lot of contentment and, yes,
Yeah.
pride in yourself. Like, yes, you were able to help your peer in order to, continue and the working on their project. I think it's great.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Very cool. I think it's excellent.